I uploaded my first YouTube video last week, and it took me a really long time to get to that point. And now here I am a week later, so what now? I thought I'd make a video of my thoughts leading up to this video, which has mostly just been me finding ways of staying mentally healthy and sane whilst trying to create something and trying to build a YouTube channel. So here's my 5 top tips on how to do that. The first tip I want to share with you is the most important, and that is to take breaks. Have you ever worked on something for way too long and then you take a break after you're completely burnt out and you come back to it and you see it completely differently in ways that you wouldn't have done before? If you can take regular breaks, even every 20 minutes, half an hour, then it refreshes your mind, even if you're just going to get a drink or boil the kettle or do anything. It was the hardest thing for me to learn, and I'm still learning to do it. Taking breaks when you're in the flow state is really challenging to pull yourself away, but also it's realizing, are you in a flow state or are you actually just banging your head against the wall? If you're guilty of that, you need to download an app like a Pomodoro Technique app. Another set of apps that have been absolutely vital to my workflow recently have been under a larger app called Set app. They have nothing to do with this video, but I found it and the value for money is fantastic. You pay £10 a month and you get hundreds of apps, and all of them are so useful. And make sure you get the app for taking breaks. I don't even know what it's called. Hang on. It's called Pomodoro Timer, which is pretty much what I said. Anyway, moving on. Number 2 is to do something. This may sound so obvious, but the amount of times that I've lost my mind by thinking that I need to write lists or organize myself or make a plan or research more and more and more, which is ultimately procrastination. If you really want to get something done, just fuck about, find out, and see what happens. But I think it's just about trusting yourself that you can just go out, make mistakes, and learn from it. Number 3 is set yourself a time limit. Personally, for me, I can work for hours and hours and hours without a break, as mentioned, but this can spill over into different days, and then I'm working on a task which is taking me way too long, and ultimately I'm not going to reap the benefit of it. If it's a long task and it's going to take you a long time, that's fine. Just give yourself a deadline and work towards that. Because if you're just tweaking and mindlessly tweaking and thinking, oh, I don't need to do that now, I can do that later, it's not going to happen, and you're just going to keep driving yourself crazy. Number 4 is do what you want to do. If you're doing what you want to do, you're going to do it with conviction and it's going to be believable. If you're doing something because you think someone else is going to like it or it's what you should do, it's going to suck all the creativity and all the authenticity out of what you're saying or doing. When I sat down to make this video, I thought, what am I going to do? And I thought, let's just talk about something that means a lot to me, which is mental health for creatives and musicians, because it's so easy to lose yourself when you are the only one backing yourself. When you feel like no one's watching is when it can make or break you. If you completely go balls to the wall and back yourself all the way, as soon as people start noticing, it's going to take off from there. But if you can't back yourself because you don't believe in yourself or you don't believe what you're saying, it's just not going to happen. And I'm guilty of this. I've done so many solo ventures of music or anything that I thought I wanted to do, and I wasn't being true to myself. I was doing what I thought other people wanted to see, and ultimately I got nowhere with it because people didn't buy into what I was trying to sell. Number 5 is exercise, and this actually doesn't really belong at number 5. It belongs up with number 1. If you're not starting your day with exercise or doing some exercise during the day, you're just giving yourself the worst chance to stay creative and stay sane. As soon as I switched from getting up late and having a coffee just to get me out of bed to waking up early and trying to get myself out of the house to go to the gym. When I'm up early, if I have time, I'll go to the gym before work. If I'm not working, I'll try and get to the gym first thing just because it sets me up for the day. When I say exercise, I don't mean heavy weightlifting or something that's really, really difficult. It's just about getting out and raising your heart rate for 15-20 minutes is enough just to make you feel fresh at the start of the day. When you come home from exercise and your endorphins are high, you're ready to be creative, you jump out the shower and you're ready to go. So these are just 5 tips that I would choose from to try and stay mentally sane whilst working on something creative, on a project, or anything that requires you to work. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I am trying to build this channel to reach more and more people, so if you like and subscribe, it makes a massive difference. Thank you guys, and see you in the next video.